Welcome everybody, my name is Brendan Snyder, thank you for joining me. Today we're remembering one of rock's greatest drummers, Lee Kerslake, who passed away September 19th of 2020 at the age of 73. He's best known for his work with Ozzy Osbourne on his first two albums and for being longtime drummer to the band Uriah Heep. However, he actually started out in the 1960s group The Gods. They would record two studio albums together in the late 1960s with one more album in 1976. Following The Gods, he would play with three more short-lived bands recording one album apiece, starting with Head Machine in 1970, Toe Fat in 1970, and National Headband in 1971. Next up, he would join Uriah Heep in 1972 just in time for their fourth album, Demons and Wizards, which is arguably considered their greatest album and definitely went on to be their best-selling in the US, being certified gold for units of 500,000 copies sold. He would record 9 more studio albums with Uriah Heep before departing in 1978. And during this time, he would also play on solo albums from his bandmates, vocalist David Byron and keyboardist Ken Hensley. He would rejoin the band in 1982 and record their comeback album, Abominog, and then he would record 6 more studio albums with them, remaining with the band until 2007 when he retired due to health reasons. In all, he recorded a staggering 17 studio albums with Uriah Heep. Now in 1980, during that break from Uriah Heep, Lee met Ozzy Osbourne in a chance encounter and they formed the band Blizzard of Ozz. The band featured Ozzy Osbourne on vocals from Black Sabbath, Bob Daisley on bass from Rainbow, Randy Rhoads on guitar from Quiet Riot, and Lee Kerslake on drums from Uriah Heep. So being a bit of a supergroup of sorts with all that pedigree that they had. And they were intended to be a band, but ultimately it became the solo venture that we know it as today. Now they've recorded 2 albums together. The 1980 Blizzard of Ozz album taking its name from the band name, which was certified platinum, or 5 times platinum at the time. Rolling Stone even went as far as to rank it at number 9 on their list of 100 greatest metal albums of all time. And they followed it up in 1981 with Diary of a Madman, which is my personal favorite of the 2 albums, which is certified 3 times platinum. Now, prior to the release of Diary of a Madman, both Lee Kerslake and Bob Daisley left the band and were not credited on the final release. In 2002, Ozzy went a step further and removed the original drum parts and bass parts on those 2 albums and replaced it with re-recorded drum and bass parts by then newer touring members at the time. It was suspected this was done as a retaliatory measure, as both Lee Kerslake and Bob Daisley had successfully sued Ozzy Osbourne and won songwriting credits and royalties to the Diary of a Madman album. However, by 2011, the original drum parts for Lee Kerslake and bass parts for Bob Daisley had been restored to the albums, but back in 2003, Lee and Bob formed the supergroup Living Loud as a response to this. The formation of the group was Jimmy Barnes on vocals from the Australian group Cold Chisel, Steve Morris on guitar from Dixie Dregs and Deep Purple fame, Bob Daisley on bass, Lee Kerslake on drums, and Don Airey on keyboards, who's played with seemingly everyone, Rainbow, Whitesnake, Ozzy, and Deep Purple, just to name a few. And so, as I said, this group was formed as a response to Ozzy removing their parts from the albums. The album featured original compositions, but it also featured Daisley Kerslake written songs from their time in Ozzy. And this was a way for them to recoup the costs that they had lost with Ozzy removing their parts from the albums. In 2007, Lee retired from performing due to health reasons. However, in 2014, he released the album Berggren Kerslake Band, The Sun Has Gone Hazy. And in 2015, he began recording a solo album called 11teen. And then in 2018, a documentary was started about his life. However, it was soon revealed that he was battling prostate cancer. At the time, he said his final wish was to receive the Platinum Award certifications for his work on the Blizzard of Ozz and Diary of a Madman albums. He had never received these back in the day due to his work being uncredited. In the end, Ozzy would grant his wish and he received the awards. On September 19, 2020, Lee Kerslake lost his battle with prostate cancer and passed away. Rest in peace, Lee Kerslake. Your music and memories will live on in our hearts and minds. I hope you enjoyed this tribute to one of rock's greatest drummers. Please leave your thoughts and memories about Lee Kerslake. Take care and go enjoy some music from our fallen hero.